I'm back. So in this episode or in this video, I'm just going to show you how to get your e-commerce working. So I've received a lot of WhatsApp people in WhatsApp, in my inbox and in the group of WhatsApp. Most people who have gotten the source code and those ones who have been following up, they have some errors, more especially when it comes to make their app work. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate how to get the code, how to extract it and set it up running until we actually deploy it. Okay, and this has been more asked, more people are asking me, and most of the apps we'll be building in the future will be making such a kind of video whereby I take you through how to get it work. Okay, so you can see I have my app running already hosted. You can see it here. So I'm just also going to help you make sure that you have yours also running and working very well. Okay, so the first step, of course, go in the link below or in any of the videos and you will get this source code and you can download it. Okay, it is only $13. And by the way, after this video, I will give it only 1 week and I will just take the source code from $13 to at least $50. Okay, yeah, that is like people who have been buying it while it is still in progress. I've just been really lenient, but as you can see, the e-commerce really takes a lot to come and build it. So I'm just going to after this video, I will give only 1 week and then I will move it to up to $50. So now the first thing is to get this download the source code. After having the source code, I'm just going to go to downloads and I will have an extracted source code like this one. So this is the extracted one. I'm just going to say Ctrl+C, copy it, and I'm just going to go to a folder where I have all my projects. You can go to any place in your in your app. You know better where to put your source code. Okay, so maybe I'm just going to create another one, maybe create it out here, and I say maybe demos or something. Let me see, maybe YouTube SaaS apps demos. Maybe I will be doing all my demos in this one. So I have now a blank new folder. I'm just going to paste our code here. Now I'm just going to go right click on it and extract it. So just extract here. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and it extracts it. Let's just give it a second to extract it. Okay, so it has finished extracting. I can go ahead and delete this one. Okay, and now let me go inside. By the way, you can also leave it, you don't need to delete it, but let me just go inside this one and I'm just going to right click, open in VS Code. Okay, so now I have my newly downloaded in VS Code. This is the app. Okay, this is the app. So the first thing is to run npm install. Okay, before that, you can just look at some things in the JSON. Okay, so here you can even change the name if you want. You can just go here and change this name to say maybe my new e-commerce, and then you can see there is this new script I added for you, this post install Prisma generate. This is going to be so much helpful, and that's it. Okay, that's it. You can see all the versions. Those ones who will be getting this in the future, these are the versions of everything we use it. Okay, so I'm just going to close out this one. I'm just going to open the terminal, of which I've done, and let's say npm install. That is the first thing to do. Run npm install to install all the dependencies. Okay, while this one is going on, we are going to go to step number 2. So in the step number 2, you're going to say that I have this .mv.example, and I put for you all the variables that you need. So go ahead and go to upload thing and create an account. So if you don't have already an account, go to uploadthing.com, simply open an account, copy your credentials for the upload thing. It is as easy as possible. Okay, go ahead and create an account, create an app. Okay, create an app, and then you need two things here. You need the upload thing secret and the upload thing app ID. Then the next step is resend API key. Let me first see this one if I can get it. Just go here, create an app. Okay, maybe my e-commerce. Okay, you can just create this my e-commerce app. You don't need to put this URL, it is optional. Click to create the app. I think I will delete this afterwards. Okay, just simply do this, and then you see here there is API keys. So you can just come here and click on API keys, and then you see you have these two things. You have the upload thing secret and upload thing app ID. So copy this, and we can just come and replace them with these two things. Okay, so we have now the upload thing secret and the upload thing app ID. The same thing go to resend. Now this one, for the resend, one thing you should know, you need to have a domain. So the first thing is buy a domain. Okay, because they will need you to verify the domain. So buy the domain, and after that you can just go ahead and go to resend.com. I think I have that process in one of these videos. So just come here to my YouTube channel and simply search for resend. You can click here and then type in resend. Okay, and they will pop up these two videos. I have two videos right now. Okay, I have these two videos. This one, sending verification email using resend, and this invoice sending digital. So in this sending digital invoices via email using resend and React email, I explained step by step how to use resend and React email. Okay, and even in this video when we are using it, I went ahead and explained. So go to resend and create an account. Okay, go to resend.com and make sure you have your account or create an account, and then go to your dashboard. You click and go to your dashboard. In your dashboard, you are just going to see that you can go to domains and then click here add a domain, and then right now I can't add any domain, but after adding a domain they will ask you to verify the domain, while they will give you some DNS settings and take them to your domain in Vercel. Okay, after you have done that, they will verify you and they give you the API keys. Okay, so go ahead and get your API keys. Okay, and then plug them in here. Okay, and the next one is this next public base URL. You can just go ahead and put HTTP. This is for the your app, localhost 3000, localhost, and you put 3000. Okay, you can just put localhost 3000 like this. Then another thing is database URL. So you're supposed to go to MongoDB and get a database URL. Okay, so I had some things populated here. I'm just going to copy some of these things, except this the upload thing I already have. So let me just come here and paste this. So you have your base URL, you have your database URL, and you have next auth secret and next auth URL. Now let me explain. I've showed you how to get the upload thing secret and the upload thing app ID. I've also told you how to get the recent API key to use. Okay, so go ahead and get your keys, and now next public base URL. Now next public base URL is just localhost. Now the database URL, when people get this database from MongoDB, there is one extra step that needs to be done. Getting this URL like this does not make it work. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that. Your database URL, the way after copying it from MongoDB like this, it needs one more extra thing. I know you will go and put the password. This first thing is always the password. And then you have this cluster, blah, blah. And then look at this. Why you have MongoDB.net, and then you have the slash, and then the question mark. So before this slash and the question mark, you're supposed to put the name of the database. Okay, so I'm just going to come here. I want you to take a closer look. MongoDB.net, where there is a slash, put the name of your database. So you can just call it MyDB, or you can just go ahead and say my new Ecommerce DB. It is good that you don't put spaces, just give it one name without spaces. Okay, and then you have next auth secret, and then next auth URL, just like this. So after you have done that, okay, after you have done that, that is enough. Okay, now I'm just going to show you the first attempt you attempt to actually deploy this. Where this is installing the dependencies, it is actually for the local development. I'm just going to do one more thing. So if you check in this stuff, first change this .mv.example to actually .mv.local or just .mv. Probably name it .mv because we're having database URL for Prisma. So just name it .mv, just like this. Okay, so make sure all the environmental variables are inside .mv. Now after doing that, now the next step you're going to do is to make sure you don't have anything to do with GitHub .git. So if you want to confirm, let me open here. Okay, just to do this, I'm just going to do LS for listing all the files in the directory, and then -a for including all the hidden files. So I'm just going to say LS -a. This will list all files including the hidden files. Okay, the first thing you should do, make sure you don't have anything to do with .git. If you have .git, means that you are going to have some conflict, or you are going to have credentials that belong to mine. So make sure you don't have .git. If you see .git there anywhere, you could just say rm -rf, and you could say .git. Okay, and this would remove .git if .git was there. Okay, and just simply run it anyways. After that one is done, what we want is now to create this repository on our own account, on our GitHub account. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to head to my GitHub. Okay, just head to your GitHub, create new, GitHub repository. I'm just going to call this one my new e-commerce. Of course, you can name it anything you want. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to call this my new e-commerce, just like this. Of course, you want to create it as a private repo, and go ahead and click on create repository. Okay, so just like this. Okay, so after doing that, let's go ahead and follow steps. The first step is to initialize your GitHub. So I'm just going to first run 3 commands. Let me clear here space, and then I'm just going to run these commands. The first command is git init to initialize this folder as a GitHub repository. So you can see they tell you initialize the empty Git repository, just like that. Let's go back and let's get the 2 more commands. We have git add, git commit. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and say git add, and just add everything in that repository. Git add space dot. So just go ahead and add everything in that repository. And I'm showing you the steps that probably you might have taken, or if you have anything, those who are having what is not working, you might be having done it and it is not working. So what I want, and by the way, make sure that you have your .env added in the git ignore. So you can just also first confirm that you have this git ignore having the .env here. Okay, great. So that you don't add it accidentally. So here we are adding all the files in our stuff. Okay, this is taking more than I expected, but let's just be patient and wait. Okay, so after the git add, we need to run the git commit. Okay, we need to run the git commit. That will be the next command we are going to run. Okay, and I want to thank you so much, those ones who have continued watching my videos. I'm so much grateful. If you have not joined the group, please, there's a WhatsApp group below. You can actually join and start discussing, asking your questions, or proposing any app idea you have, or anything you want me to do maybe in my videos. There are those who have always advised it, and I'm really so much grateful for their advice, more especially with the video editing. For sure, there's a lot need to be done to the videos, more especially with editing the videos, maybe to match the standard or to remove the fluffies. And sometimes when a video is long and I don't do much editing, because actually most of my videos I just simply record and put it there. Okay, but as we continue going on and I get more resources, videos will be much better, and I promise. Right now we did the previous command was git add. I'm just going to go ahead and say git commit -m. I'm just going to say maybe initialize it the app, initialize it maybe the app, as simple as that. And then from there, after doing that, I'm just going to run a more command, git branch migrate to main, and then from that we shall do git remote add origin. So let me copy this one of git remote add origin, just like this. So we're just going to run git branch. So let me just go here and let's wait for this one to finish. Git commit. So we have new more content coming, guys. There's a lot of content coming. Sometimes I have a lot of ideas of the videos, but as you can know, it sometimes takes more time to build those apps. Okay, but if you have any app you think is really emergent and you would need it to be made a video, you can also tell me and I consider it. But we have a lot of stuff coming up next, more especially to do with TypeScript and of course building more full stack applications. And this time we are going to be using TypeScript in everything we are going to be doing. Okay, just anything you want to build, anything you want to learn, we're just going to be growing together. And we're going to do, I think, this year, as we're still doing Next.js, in other years we are just going to transform to other languages, more especially React Native. I'm so interested so much in React Native to be showing you guys how we can build React Native, and then also is also to show you how to use Node.js. Okay, if you want to know how to build a very a very stable API using Node.js, all those things are coming up next, and I would want to really show you how to do those things. So next I'm just going to run git branch. So you can see right now we are on master. If you see here, we are on master right now. So want to migrate, so just say minus capital M, migrate to main. So this one is going to take us now to the main branch. You can see we are now on the main branch. Now from the main branch, let's do git. Okay, so here I'm just going to do git add like this. Okay, so this is the thing I pasted here, and now we just do git push. So you can just do git push, and this one you can just say upstream. This is for upstream origin main. Okay, so we do git push, and you have to specify upstream origin main, and this is to make sure we are actually putting this pushing to this origin we just added. Okay, so now let's just wait a second and we see if this code is going to be uploaded to our GitHub. Okay, as I was still telling you that we have more content coming up. As I've said, if you have any new video ideas or you have any suggestions, they are highly welcome. Now about the course, I started on the course, but I'm still looking for the best hosting platform. If you have also any ideas you want to give me about hosting, the best platforms for hosting the course, I don't want to put it on Udemy. There are some other platforms. I just want to get a good platform where we can just host our course very well. So now we pushed our code to GitHub. To confirm, you can refresh this page. Okay, so now you can see I have here GitHub my new e-commerce, and I have the repository. All the code is in here. Okay, great. So after you have pushed it, let's try to actually deploy it. Okay, chances are it is going to fail. So if you're going to deploy, the first thing you're going to do is go in your .mv, okay, and do Ctrl A, Ctrl C. So copy everything, in other words, and let's go to our Vercel. Okay, at this point, of course, I expect you to be having your Vercel account. So let's go to Vercel. Okay, let's go to Vercel. I'm just going to add a new project. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Vercel just in a second. I'm just going to go to my Vercel account. I just simply hope you also go to your Vercel account. And I'm just going to click on add new. Okay, just click on add new project, and chances are they will bring you the repository you have just added. So just click on add new and then select the repository we have just added, which says my new e-commerce. Okay, just waiting to add my new project, just waiting for a second for it to load. Okay, so you can see import git repository. I'm just going to look for this new repository, and remember on my clipboard I copied these ones. Okay, as we are doing this, I have already my credentials, these ones, the environmental variables, and you can see here my new e-commerce 3 minutes. I'm just going to click on import. Okay, and I'm just going to leave the project name as my new e-commerce. I'll just leave it like that. Of course, you can still change the name from here, but I'm just going to leave this. Okay, now leave everything the way it is. Only click on environmental variables so that we can add the environmental variables. I think I'm experiencing some freezing of my browser right now. Okay, let me just give it a second. Yeah, you can see here I'm having my browser. So okay, so my environmental variables, just click on this and let's paste them here. So you just only simply paste in this and then they will all populate, and simply click on deploy. Now remember, we have localhost 3000, which most likely is going to make our application fail, because when you are just putting your database, remember all our APIs are actually using the next public base URL. Right now in production, it is still pointing to localhost 3000, so high chances are it is going to fail. Okay, so I'm just going to speed up so that actually we go to this deployment. So I'm just going to wait. It will take about maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes to actually deploy, and then I'll be back when it has actually deployed or it has failed. Whatever it would have happened, we're just going to go through together step by step. And so as according to how I had predicted, you can see here it says it has some error and couldn't build. So you click on inspect deployment and want to see what was the cause of the failure for this deployment. Okay, so high chances are your first attempt to deploy this e-commerce is going to fail. Okay, so let's just go down, scroll down here, and you can see type fetch failed. And if you go see down here, is because it is trying to connect on localhost 3000. You can see the port here. So the first thing you're just going to do is one thing. I want you to scroll up to where it says redeploy here. Now just click on these 3 dots, click on redeploy. Now instead here on redeploy, I want you to copy only this link here. Just says my new e-commerce .vercel.app. I just want to copy only this. Listen properly. Just simply copy this, right click and copy, and cancel this. Don't redeploy, simply cancel. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on this. Okay, my new e-commerce here in this top here, and then go to settings, and then go to environmental variables, scroll down to these environmental variables. So the first one I want to edit is our next auth URL. So click on this, edit, and simply remove this localhost 3000 and paste this one, and change HTTP to HTTPS, and then simply copy this, Ctrl+C, and save. Let's change also our next public base URL. Go on 3 dots, edit, and let's replace this one with this link and save. Okay, so after you have done that, I want you to go ahead and redeploy. So we can click on deployments, click on the 3 dots, and redeploy. And you can just click here on redeploy. So still high chances are that this is not going to work. Okay, and I want you to pay attention. This problem that is happening is in Next.js, starting from version I think 13.13. I've been making research over the internet. After having that problem, everyone was having the problem. The API routes are not working, more especially with fetch, due to the things they changed in the kernel release of some of the updates they made in Next.js 13, starting from 13, Next.js 13 I think 13, yeah, something like that. So Next.js 14 and some versions of 13, we have problems of deploying the API routes. Okay, so I'm just going to simply also wait for this one to do the deployment, and when it is done, I'm just going to come back. Okay, so that we proceed still step by step. Okay, so after 4 minutes, you can see that we have a deployment and it has also failed. But this time, let's look at the error. So if you look at this error, this is a familiar error. Okay, this syntax error, if someone tried to deploy on their own, you can search on this error and you will see that it is a popular error everyone is getting, and it is something to do with Next.js, the new release, to do something whatsoever. So, okay, this unexpected token something. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do to solve this one is going to be very critical steps. Just simply hang on, and if it means pausing the video for every step, just simply pause it. Okay, so the first thing I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go back to my Ecommerce here, and I'm just going also to go to my settings, and I'm just going to first go and add one environmental variable. Okay, which is just go in here and add this Vercel force no build cache. So I don't want Vercel to build the cache, or every time you rebuild with Vercel, they actually build and they use the previous cache to make the build step faster. But sometimes you might not need it, and more especially if you are having already some errors in the previous deployments, you don't want it to have the no build, to have the cache, because it might cache the problems that were in the previous build and it brings them in the new build. So what you want is to do Vercel force no build, and you put a value of 1. You can go ahead and research more about this Vercel, and you can just simply enter in Google and go ahead and read on these things they have put on this. you can just understand why do you need to use this Vercel functional build cache. But for now, let's continue. So save. Okay, so they say the name contains invalid characters, only letters. Do we have any space? Make sure we don't actually have any space. Okay, yep, so we had some space. And now moving on forward, I've added this Vercel functional build. That is great. So what I'm just going to do right now is move back to our project. So this is the project. Let me first close all the folders here. So I want you to close everything here. Just simply right click and reveal in File Explorer, or simply open the folder where this project is located. I'm just going to go one step up. So you can see in this YouTube app demos, I have my e-commerce main. So you can go ahead and delete this. Okay, so pay attention. I'm just going to create another folder. Okay, I'm going to do another folder. So just create a new folder, and I normally call this folder debugging. The name you name to this, it does not matter, just have another folder. I'm naming it debugging. So I have two folders. So what I'm just going to do is simply open debugging. I want to open them side by side. So I want to open debugging. Let me go one more time, open this one. Okay. So now I have the two folders. I have one for debugging, and I have one which is having the actual app. Pay attention, please. So I have them open side by side. I'm just going to do this. First, get this app folder. I want you to get this app folder, and inside this app folder, in fact, just simply copy this, Ctrl C, copy this and paste it in the debugging folder. So I'm copying the whole entire app into the debugging folder, and I'm also copying the context app in the debugging folder. So copy this and let me paste it in the debugging folder also. So I have the app and the context. So the first thing I want you to do is to delete the context. So in this our app, delete the context. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the context. Did I delete it in the wrong place? Excuse me. Let me drag it here. Okay. So I have here, this is debugging is creating like a backup of our files. So we have the context and the app. So just go ahead and delete the context from this. You can see I've deleted the context. Now we remain with our app. So in the app, go ahead and delete the back office, front end, and API. All these three folders, I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. And I'm deleting them because we already have actually a backup of these files in the debugging folder. Okay, so after doing that, I want you to go back here in your app. Now in the app, we have three files. We have the loading, layout, and favicon icon. In the layout, I'm just going to go here. You can see it is importing providers from context, and we have already deleted the context. So I'm just going to go ahead and comment this context. So just go ahead and comment context, and then here also in the providers, just comment providers and then put these children. Okay, simply comment the providers. I don't know why my commenting is not working. Okay, just simply comment out this, Ctrl/. What is going on? I'm gonna comment this. What? My stuff is not working. Maybe just first wait this initializing happens. Just a second. Okay. I'm just going to go here. I need to initialize. Here is taking so long. I don't know why the command is not working. Control slash. Okay, it has worked. And then on this, control slash. So we have commented the providers because the provider was coming from the context, the one we have just already deleted. Okay, so after doing that, guys, be careful. See the changes I've made in this one. I have now this, and I have the children, only that. So in the app, I'm just going to create the page.jsx. Page.jsx, and just run rfc just like that, and then let me put some h2. So I'm just go ahead and put h2 saying welcome to my new e-commerce. Okay, so welcome to my new e-commerce, and I'm just going to simply now push these changes I've made. So simply push these changes that we have made. So just say git, okay, just simply do these three there are three commands. The first one is git add dot. I don't know why my machine is really slowing down right now, but let me just be patient. I think I could even stop this, and at this time you realize we haven't run something like npm run dev or anything like that. I haven't run that. I'm trying to configure everything because on the probably if you run it on your machine, it's going to work. The big deal is actually on the deployment part. Okay, on the machine it always works very well. After putting the environmental variables, you run npm run dev, chances are it is going to work. But on the deployment it doesn't, and you have to follow these steps I'm showing you. So here git add dot to add the changes that we have made. We have made a lot of changes. We removed all the things in the app folder, all the back end and the front end and everything. So after git add, I'm just going to read git commit, and I'm just going to say removed all pages. I'm just going to simply go ahead and push this, git push. Okay, I'm just going to do git push, and that one was done. So now if we go back to our app, click on my new e-commerce, it should initiate a new build. Okay, we should see a new build coming up. And why, yeah, so down here you should see something like building, removed all pages. This is what you just like pushed right now on our GitHub. So I'm just also going to take a few seconds, and I'll be back when this one is done. Now what do I expect right now? I expect this one to work, and that's because we have removed all the API routes, we have removed everything. Now the app is just simply front end. It has no back end as such. There is no API routes whatsoever. So I expect this build to be successful. Okay, but I'm just going to wait and just come back when it has done building. Okay, so after a few minutes, like about 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so the production is now ready. As you can see here, there should be no anything now stopping it to work. If we try to go to this site, you will see that we only have this welcome to my new e-commerce. Okay, so that is a good sign. At least now we have a green flag. We have this done right. So just going now to do incrementally, adding one thing at a time. So the first thing, go back to your two folders. Okay, go back to your two folders, the debugging and the app. Okay, so I have my two folders. So I'm just going to go inside the app. We don't have anything right now. I'm just going to first bring back my API routes. Okay, so I'm just going to simply copy this, copy like this, and paste it there. Now the fact that you used a new database URL, if you have your old database URL you have been using in the project, please use that one, because the one I've used, the new one, I'm assuming you're just like putting this up for the first time and you're using a new database URL. If you have the old database URL that you have been working on YouTube following my videos, then use that one. If you use it, the new database URL, I'm just meaning if you come back here in your MV and you find that this database has this new DB, or you have just created a DB, you don't have actually any data in your database. Okay, but right now what we have done is that we have now added only one thing, added the API routes. Okay, so I've added back all the API routes. Now let me run to see if this is going to deploy. So I'm just going to say git add dot and then say git commit, and you see added API routes, and then of course finally git push. So now I'm pushing the git push now with this one. So in a few seconds we should see a new deployment being initialized. Okay, so you can see now a new build has been initialized, and it is saying a commit of added API routes, which you have just right now created. So I'm just again to go to pause, and then I will be back when this build is done. Okay, so after a while it went ahead and deployed. So you can see this is 4 minutes ago. This is after we have added the API routes, so they have also deployed successfully. Okay, so now let's go back to our folder. So just open your two folders that we created. So now just go back here. I want you to copy now the front end. Okay, I want you to copy the front end. Simply copy the front end. I'm just going to say Ctrl C and come here inside this and paste it here. And I want you to be patient. Don't just copy many things at once. Simply copy like front end so that you can know a small chunk of code that you have added, and it is why wherever you add a lot of code, you might get confused. So you better you add only front end, and it has a lot of things here. So just add only the front end and be patient. So you have added now front end. So let me go back my code, and this time I'm going to make a few changes. The first change after you have added your front end is that you have to delete this page, otherwise it's going to make an error because this page can't be there, and you also have in the front end you have another page. This is unacceptable. So I have to go ahead and delete this page. Okay, So I will delete this page that we had originally created. And the second thing I want to change is in the layout. Go ahead this time and remove these children, and I'll comment the providers, and then go here and also I'll comment this one, and let's make sure that we move the providers, we move it back. So we have here this context, so copy this context, bring it back into the app. So I'm just going to copy and just simply paste it in this here. So it was in the root, so just simply paste it there. And that's why, so when you say context, it should be able to find the context here. Okay, so there are the two changes we have added. We have added the front end app, we deleted the page that we had created originally, and then we also updated the layout. So I'm just going to come here and I say git add, I'm saying git commit. I'm just going to say added front end pages, and then say here git commit, no, git push now, git push. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and push, and then this will also initialize a new build. Okay, so you can see it is building, added front end pages, this is also building. Okay, so one more time, I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video, wait for this to actually build, and then we'll see what will happen. But chances are we want it to go through so that we go to the next step. But the whole concept here now is that as you are adding in the first place, the API routes, they were not supported. But what I discovered is if you add, you just add if you initialize the app not starting with any API routes, and then you add them later, then they work. But when you add everything at once, then it doesn't work. Okay, for now this is the temporary solution I just got after debugging for hours, if not days. Even after this video I might sleep. I'm just even feeling so much tired because of debugging the whole entire place to make this one work. Okay, so right now I'm just going to pause and wait for the build, then I will just simply come after it has finished building. Okay, so now after some 4 minutes or 5 minutes, you can see here now we have it successful. Now if we go to this here and refresh, let's see at least if we have the navigation. Yeah, so you can see we have shop by category. Our shop is really built, but of course it has no data, so you can just go ahead and start adding some data. So the first thing to do before you get excited, we're just going to add some data, but before that let's go and add the backend so that we are sure everything is okay. So go back to these two folders, you know how we do it, open these two. Okay, so now we are remaining with only one thing, which is the back office. So simply open here and let me just copy this back office, Ctrl C, and just simply paste it here. So the back office is having all the routes for the backend. So you just go, there's nothing you need to change after adding that folder. Simply come here, git add, and then here git commit. Okay, and you can just say added the back office routes. Okay, and then git push. Okay, just like that. So that is now let's just go back here. We just expect to initiate a new build one more time, and you can see how this has been so slick when you're adding simple things at a time. Okay, avoid adding many things at a time. And this is also to tell the ones who are watching this, because of you have that error that I showed you in the beginning. Okay, if you're having that error, then the chances are what you just need to do is to take your back up to the point where you don't have any API routes, and just first build it as just a front-end project, then start adding it incrementally, then that one is going to work. Okay, so one more time, I'm just going to just simply pause, and in a few minutes we'll be back to finalize everything. At least this is the final commit almost. We are adding to our app to start actually adding some data and everything. So nice. So I'm just going to pause, and I'll be back when everything is done. Okay, so finally we have the this final the production, the build of added back office routes. You can see it was successful, so we can just go here and we refresh. So the first thing is to create a user. So you can just go ahead and create demo users. Basically, we have three types of users. We have the admin, we have the normal user, and then we have the farmer. Okay, so what you're going to do is first create the admin. Okay, so to create the admin, it involves some logic. Okay, because the admin actually has no where you're going to be creating them, but we create them logically. So what you're going to do is go to login and click on sign up, and simply create a user, a normal user. So I'm just going to create this one and give them a full name. I'm just going to say maybe my names. You can put any names you want, and the email, you can also create any email you want. Admin@admin. Now you can't just create anyone you want, like any stuff you want. Admin@admin.com. Admin at, so I'm just going to say at admin@admin.com, just like that. And then password, let's say admin. Of course, you need to create in production, create a strong password. Right now I'm just going to use admin@admin and then password admin. So you created a new user, and you can see new user created, and you have been redirected to the home page. So basically this is just a normal user. After doing that step, I want you to go back to your app. Now let's go back here, and I want us to run npx prisma db. Okay, now of course we haven't run npm here prisma, so I think it would be good if we run something like npx prisma db push, and then when that one is done, we can run npx prisma studio. So I want to run also the studio, so that I can access the created user, and I change the role from the normal user to admin. So the changing of the role to admin, you must make sure you do it locally. Like you change it using the Prisma Studio, or you can go to your MongoDB database and then change it from there. Otherwise, there is no any way you are going to create somewhere to change the roles. Okay, there's no way you're going to change the roles. Okay, simply just do that. It is generating the Prisma client, and when that one is done, we're just going to go ahead and also generate the Prisma Studio on localhost 5555. Okay, so that is cool. I think this is going to open itself in the browser, so that we actually go. So when you create a user, of course, online, it is using the same database. We should be able to actually access that user. So you just go, we click on user, and let's see if we can see any user here. So you can see the created user here. The one we created online, you can see is here. So let's just go ahead, and so you could just actually go ahead and change this person. We log them out. Yeah, they didn't log in. So let's just go here and scroll this side where we have the role. Okay, just scroll to where they have the role here. So right now currently is the user. Just click there and change it to admin. Save changes. Okay, so the admin is supposed to be changed from this side, since we don't have the CRUD for permissions and roles. Okay, and then after doing that, now what I just want to do is go ahead and log in, because now we have all the privileges. Okay, I can just go ahead and log in. So just go log in, and we have admin at admin, password is admin, and let's log in. Okay, so you can see login success. And what we want right now is just going to the dashboard. And the first thing is to create at least a category, because the farmers, they are not having ability to create categories. So you can first go here and create some categories and some banners. Okay, so let me start by going to categories. Okay, so just add a new category. I'm just going to just say electronics, and you can just say description is some description here, some description here. You can just go ahead and add the photo for the electronics. Let me see if I have any image I can use in my downloads. Now I don't know what should I use. I don't have anything, just like electronics. I don't know. Let me just maybe what should I add? Okay, I'm just going to find any photo, guys, at this point in time, because for sure I'm not seeing any electronics here. Maybe I just add this MiFi. Okay, I'm just going to find any random photo, guys, here, and I will just use it as electronics. Let me just see these ones. I'm just going to add any photo here. Just open, click on this, open it, and just click upload. And this is just also to confirm some of the things, like if everything is working, your new upload things are working, because we didn't test them anywhere. So this is also to confirm some of those things. And go ahead and create the category. Let's go and see. Category created, you are here. So we can create things right now. So you can also go ahead and create a store banner list one. For the categories, sit down and create all the categories, because you are the admin. I'm just going to add also a banner title, maybe whatever near. Then the banner link, I'm just going to copy whatever taking to the to the website. I don't know. you can just copy any link. Let me just sorry, I just want to go to this. I'm just going to copy this very link and bring it here, put it as the banner link. Of course, this one's just for the products after they have created the products, but you can just primarily first add something for the banners. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add some banner. Let me add this one. It should be up to 2 megabytes. Okay. So now create a banner, and new banner created, so we are good. So you can just now go back to your app, my new e-commerce. Let's refresh. At least we should see our new category appearing here. Now, of course, according to this the banner, you can see it. According to the new category, we said if you has no products, then it shouldn't show up. Okay, it shouldn't show up. But if you want to know that it actually exists, I think you can use the search. Even here we said here, if it doesn't reach for products, it shouldn't exist. So they just add one product maybe. Let's go to products. You never know, this can also be a good thing to test if the products are working. If it doesn't have any products, then it shouldn't be added. So maybe TV, HD TV. Okay, maybe this is the product. I just go and say TV, television. Just want to get any TV here for sale. Just save the image. So Hisense, let me just add this one as TV, and I'm just going to go here and try to add HD Hisense 50-inch TV. Other details, I'm just going to use a fake filler, but for the product name, let me just keep that. Prices and so on, that one I just don't know. Now we don't have a farmer right now. Just simply, I don't know if this is going to give us an error since we don't have a farmer, because for the products literally it's supposed to be under a farmer. I'm not sure if you're just going to get an error for that. They just put some image, and here you can put an array of images or one image if you want. If you add one image, this is how it's going to show up. It will show you that you can upload maximum of 4 images, but right now we have added one image. That's why you see it is just like this. You can add tags if you want. Description and product active, create the product. Let's see. Now it has failed because we don't have a farmer. Okay, probably we should put that as an error. Let's create a farmer here. Okay, farmers, I think, do we have a bit of creating a new farmer? I think we can just simply create a new farmer here. Do we need to add him an image? I don't think so, but they just add an image of a farmer. Just here, let's create a farmer active. I'm not sure even if this route works. I'm not sure, guys, because we changed this to a multi-step form. And can first upload this. Image upload done, create farmer. This doesn't work, guys, because I think this route we this is how we worked on it. The farmer onboarding, they are no longer using this form. I think it's a high time we work on it, because we need to be able to create farmers. You can just go ahead and make this form work. Okay, you can see it is on the farmer dashboard new. You can make this form work, but for purposes of understanding this, let's go ahead and create a new user in a good way. I don't know if we have any link this side taking us creating a new user. Simply click on, can we log out? I think just going to open this app in incognito. Just copy this. I'm just going to say new incognito window. Okay, just do this, and let's go ahead and log in a new user. So just go ahead and create sign up as a farmer, and let's just go ahead and okay, just go ahead and say it's free, and let's just fill in this farmer. Fake filler is not there here. How? I don't have all my, wow. Okay, just fill in some things. Andrew Mwenda, and this is going to be Andrew Johnson. So even this one, just make it Andrew Johnson. Password is going to be test. Make sure test. Create user. Of course, now this one we are supposed to send this email. You can see it sends the email to this. Now since this one we don't have it, we are going to go ahead and log in. So just going to say Andrew. It was Andrew Johnson. The password is test. Login. So the login is going to log in, but now is not yet approved, meaning the dashboard we can't do anything. So we're just going to go back this side where we have the admin, and we first approve this person whatsoever, of course, under normal circumstances. Make sure you go and approve them. So just go to farmers. You have Andrew Mwenda here pending. Let's approve. And this is like also confirming all these routes that are working. So now you can see the plan is free, status approved. Let's go back to the site. Now we have to log out. Okay, and then log in one more time. Andrew. Okay, and this is test. Login. Okay, and let's go ahead and create a product. So dashboard, and this time you should have access to all the things including the products. Okay, yeah, okay, so you can see we can just go catalog and we say products, and let's create a new product. And our TV, so just say HD Hisense TV 50-inch TV 50-inch TV. Just cut this. I don't have fake filler. It's a nightmare right now to fill all these things. Okay, just like add some data here in all these things here. Just anything we add doesn't matter. Unit is maybe pieces, electronics, and you can see here the farmer is Andrew Johnson. I don't going to support that. I'm just going to upload this TV just like that. and they just go ahead create some description. Okay, you can also add some tags, whatever you want, and then we can just active, and then we can just go ahead and publish these products. This time it should create. We have all the information we need. I think it should create now. Just create the product. Okay, so new product created. You can see TV Hisense. If you go back to the dashboard, we can just like refresh. You should have like at least one product. That's something to check. Why is saying on product still 0 when we have one product? Because if you just click on this, it should take us to the products. We have one product. I don't know why it is not showing it here. That might be just like a bug or something. Can we just check that in a second in our code? You can just in the back office and catalog. I think, is it catalog? Probably dashboard. Dashboard, and then dashboard. We have this farmer dashboard, and let's just see here. Are we getting these products by ID? So we have products, and where are we checking? Yeah, it's just a products by ID. We are filtering product ID is equal ID. So I mean right now we don't have any of these. The overview cards, we are passing the series. Where are we putting these? Let me just see one thing. So products is products count. We are getting, oh, so overview card is supposed to pass in the products and sales, but we only have products. Just a second. Farmer dashboard, we're supposed to pass also products, which is products by ID, and this is getting all products, and then filter them. Product.id is equal ID. Where is this ID? Product.id. Just a second. Just duplicate, and let's go to API products. API products, and here we have ID, AdSense, blah blah. Want to see this ID for the user. All my extensions are not working. Okay, can I just like have manage extension? Oh, it opens this side. Sorry. You just have to look at that. But we have this ID of the product, then you have slug, we have the image URL, and then the product image URL, description, some description is active, SKU, blah blah, category ID, and then user ID. Okay, so just copy this. So we need to change, it is product dot user ID. It's supposed to be user ID is equal ID, because this ID here. Okay, yeah, that one will be fixed, so that's okay. And then the good thing, we have done it when you're just there. Okay, so that is fine. We have created a product, and now if we just go to the online, let's just go back here. We should have at least some things showing up. We must have You see, electronics. Now we might not have anything here because we said for the other ones to show up they must be having more than one. So you can just go here and click on electronics. That is to confirm even this page works. So everything is okay. Okay, you can see electronics and everything is good. You can add to cart and move on and do other things, testing, but everything is working well. Even this one we have fixed it, so it will be now working properly. Okay, so great. And so if you once again, if you want to get the code, please go to the video description and you'll find the link to Gumroad, and I'm giving you only 1 week to have bought at $13. After that, I'm just going to push it to $50 to those who want to get it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this, and if it has helped you, thank you. Share it with others. That error that you saw there is a common error with this version, Next.js 14 right now, currently when I'm making this video. If you watch it in the future, maybe this error is no longer existing, but for now this was a big error that I'm trying to fix. Thank you so much for watching this. See you in the next one.